What's up? What's up? What's up? Yo, so man, life is good. I'm jumping on here. I'm promoting my books, Just Do Your Job. I'm promoting my e-guide. My e-guide is for entrepreneurs, hustlers, go-getters, small business owners, small mom and pops, or high-level executives that have to operate in that nature, right? Or what does that in that nature mean? So people that have to wake up every single day and have to go get it. And so why that pivot? Why? So I study a lot. I surf the web and I noticed there's so much content out here, right? And there's so much information, but what's the action? And so for people like me, I'm not going to say that they were over talking me, but I felt like the information was overwhelming. And so here's the cool thing. I'm taking all my years of experience and I'm putting it into manageable concepts. I'm putting it into manageable pieces. I'm, I've worked for corporate. I worked for AT&T, Verizon, Panera, Applebee's. I mean, I've worked for corporations. I worked for franchises. I worked for public schools. I worked for Christian education. I've started my own businesses. So I have this world of knowledge and experience. And so being an entrepreneur and then working careers and being a professional, blending these things and saying, okay, what is the thing that I see missing in the market? And the biggest thing that I see missing in the market is that manager position or that A-level talent that small business owners and these corporations have. That's just what the corporations have that small business owners just don't have, right? Is that A-level talent. And retaining that A-level talent and having that A-level talent, somebody call, because now they're having to make all the decisions by themselves. And not that your workforce can't do it, but there's a reason why there's A-level talent. I mean, not everybody can be Michael Jordan, not everybody can be LeBron James, and figuring out, okay, what is my talent in the world and saying, oh, I'm a business specialist, right? So I have the ability to be a business specialist and say, okay, hey, you're looking to do XYZ. You're looking to do this. You're looking to do that. So how do we take those concepts and those components and then apply it to your business and then train your managers? So for the e-guide, it's to help think in operational terms from a managerial perspective. So when I was a manager for Applebee's and Panera, there was a system that we had to do. We had to have a system, and there was a system to do the business. I never met the owner of any of these organizations, right? I was frontline manager all the way down. And so, business owners, you really got to find a frontline manager. Even if you don't know how to train that frontline manager, that's where I come in, right? We're saying, okay, hey, how do we train and find, right? First, you got to find it. You got to network. You're at the network with people in different circles. You're going to have to talk to, they're out there, right? And you're just going to have to find them. You're going to have to network with them, and you're going to have to pay them, right? You're going to have to pay your people what they're worth, and you have to pay them a good wage because you're going to get a return on it. I think most small business owners are concerned with the day-to-day because they aren't sure, okay, what is going to be the return on my investment? What is going to be the return on my money? What is going to be the return if I invest in this person? And then my question is, okay, so what is going to be the return on you not investing in your people? What is going to be the return? There is no reinvestment. You doing all the work, right? And so I had a good conversation. I talked to a business owner the other day, and he's doing all of the operational things. And I'm like, so when you have time to work on your business, when you have time to focus on taking your business from where it is to the next level, and that takes a lot of brain energy. That's why your brain uses up so much energy to think. And this is why most people don't think, because it's hard to think. It's hard to sit down and say, what are the things we're looking to accomplish? What are the things that we have to do on a day-to-day basis? So, you got your daily checklist, and it's hard because you're trying to figure it out, especially if you're a startup or if you've been doing it for a couple of years. But I think Elon Musk said it best. I believe it was him. I have to double check when he was talking about being in that startup phase where everybody's hands on, everybody's having to do everything. And then you build out the systems and you build out the processes. And then you say, okay, where do we need to go? What are the things that we need to do to get better and improve? And so for me, working on my speech, working on my sales copy, working on my delivery, I wasn't ready 6-7 months ago. And so even though I have formal education, there is a big difference in formal education and then practical on the job applications and practical on the job work. And that's why it's important that you be able to blend these things and be able to blend these topics. And so I'm learning this and then taking those core concepts and then blending them and then understanding, say, okay, this is where we're at. This is where we need to go. So I'm opening a kiosk next month. And it's fun for me, right? Because I haven't been in a retail space in a long time. So I worked for Verizon, AT&T as a frontline worker. And so I understand that component of it. I understand those things of it. And so, it's just taking all those experiences and then packaging it. I heard this the other day on a YouTube channel I was watching, packaging and then packaging the work. And so, people want to know, they want to build trust. So when you're talking to these business owners and they're like, okay, can you actually help my company grow? Can you 10X, right? So if you're going to invest $1,000 with me, that's a $10,000 increase, right? That we're expecting in performance, right, from that investment. That's how most business owners thinks. And so, yeah, do I think a 10X is possible? Absolutely, because once you streamline your information, your processes, you're going to 10X, right? Like you're going to 10X your business because you're not just doing 2X operations. And that's a good book to read, which is 10X is easier than 2X by Dan Sullivan and Dr. Ben Harney. And it's really good to understand and study these things. This is where having a good manager, a frontline person who is studying the information, who's learning the information, and then allowing them to give you the information and teach you the information that they're learning. That's why it's important that, they talk about open communication and they talk about autonomy and they talk about having the ability to have open discussions and not just to put the conversation in a slip box. Okay, here's your voice and your opinions, and put it in a slip box and then go from there, right? And so there's a big difference in working in the company and working on the company, right? And I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned in my entrepreneur journey. Whenever I started my delivery service, there was so much that we needed to do. And, I was 23 and I didn't understand, right? There were some things that I didn't understand that I understand now. I was just trying to figure it out. And 10 years flew by and here we are, taking the information and growing and developing. And now we're going to turn around and help other, entrepreneurs, hustlers, go-getters, small business owners, whatever, high-level executives refine their message and help them. And so I think it's important. So I like this format of what I'm going to do. Just turn it on the camera and talk about, my work experience, my vision, the things that I see happening. And yeah, it's been a good time, man. So everybody have a good day.